Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we are stepping back from playing some new Wilds of Eldraine cards, and we are going back into sort of a pseudo old standard archetype, which is mono blue tempo. Now this is quite different to how it once appeared sort of around the time of Dominaria standard. But we are running the kind of key card from that deck, which is one of my favourite cards in recent years, which is Tempest Djinn. So that is 3 blue mana for a 0/4 with flying, and it gets +1/+ over each basic island you control. So this is a mono blue deck where almost all of our lands are basic islands. So we are looking to make our Tempest Djinns 5/4s, 6/4s, whatever it may be. And then essentially the rest of the deck is just blue tempo. So we have a combination of bounce spells, counter spells, and then flying creatures to help us close out the game. So in terms of the creatures, we've got 3 copies of Fairy Mastermind, very good card, 2/1 with flash and flying. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw a card, so it's a good way of matching the opponent's card draw. We have 3 copies of Brazen Borrower, obviously a 3/1 with flash and flying, but also a good tempo card with its adventure. The Tempest Djinns that I mentioned, and then we've also got 2 copies of Torrential Gearhulk. So this is a 6 mana 5/6 with flash that lets us cast an instant card from our graveyard without paying its mana cost. So we can flash back things like Rewind, Divide by Zero, Make Disappear. Sublime Epiphany is kind of living the dream. So this is our other kind of big splashy spell. So Sublime Epiphany is a 6 mana instant that says choose 1 or more, counter target spell, counter target activated or triggered ability, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, or target player draws a card. So you really want to be doing as many of these modes as possible. 4 is ideal. Often you won't be able to do that second one. But if you can counter a spell, bounce a creature, create another Tempest Djinn, draw a card, that's a massive tempo boost that will often just win you the game. And we're also running 3 copies of Shark Typhoon, which can help us kind of smooth out our draws while creating shark tokens, and also acts as a very powerful finisher later in the game if we particularly want to hardcast it. And then the rest of the deck is kind of cheap spells, counter spells, bounce spells, as I say. So we've got 3 copies of Fading Hope, so that can return any creature to its owner's hand. If its mana value is 3 or less, you get to scry 1. A couple of Spell Pierces as counter spells, a couple of Change the Equations. Given the ubiquity of green and red in this format, it is worth main decking this card. 4 copies of Make Disappear, very powerful card from the format. 4 Divide by Zero, so return target spell or permanent with mana value 1 or greater to its owner's hand. Also allows you to learn, so we'll look in our sideboard in a sec and check out the lessons that we have to potentially pick up from there. And then 4 copies of Rewind as well, which is an interesting counter spell in that it counters a spell and then you get to untap up to 4 lands. So as long as you have 4 mana, it's essentially free. So that is an interesting addition to the deck as well. And then, as I say, mostly islands to help our Tempest Djinns, but 22 islands, 1 Hall of Storm Giants, and 1 Castle Vantress. And then in the sideboard, we've got additional counter spells in the form of Aether Gust and Test of Talents. So Test of Talents particularly useful in dealing with decks which kind of rely on a single spell, like Indomitable Creativity. A couple of Chrome Host Seed Sharks, so another powerful flyer that allows us to generate incubator tokens. A couple of Mystical Disputes, countering blue spells, a couple of Narsets, which not only allow us to kind of search for our relevant instants and sorceries, but also shut off the opponent's card draw. And then the rest of the sideboard is dedicated to our lessons, which we can get with Divide by Zero. So we've got 1 copy of Environmental Sciences, searching our library for a basic land, putting it into our hand and gaining 2 life. We've got 2 copies of Teachings of the Archaics, so this is a sorcery that says if an opponent has cards in hand than you, draw 2 cards. Draw 3 cards instead if an opponent has at least 4 more cards in hand than you, so a good way of catching up. And then 2 copies of Mascot Exhibition as well for the late game. So that creates a 2/1 white and black creature token with flying, a 3/2 white and red creature token, and a 4/4 blue and red creature token. So just generates a lot of creatures, which will hopefully allow us to close out the game. So yeah, this is an interesting build. I just saw, I didn't come up with it, I just saw a deck list of this and thought, you know what, it's been a while since we've seen a kind of mono-blue tempo deck. Used to be Spirits, but that's kind of been replaced by Azorius, and I always love a bit of Tempest Djinn, so let's see how this does. Thank you very much for watching. As ever, hit those like and subscribe buttons, and let's go and see how we go on with this. Yeah, I like this. We're all about playing double Djinn. Okay, Malta 5 on the play. Is this Greasefang? Looks like Greasefang, doesn't it? Yep, well, let's make that disappear. Sky Sovereign in the bin. So I don't think we're playing Djinn while they might have a Greasefang. Though they are short of mana for that, so that is worth noting. Yep. Let's play Brazen Borrower. Now I think we're safe to run out of Djinn. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's play Hall. Let's punch down Liliana. Play another Tempest Djinn. Okay, let's hit them for 10. Right, well, I'm fairly confident we can win this one. Don't know why they didn't crack their vessel then. Oh, maybe because they only had mana confluence available, possibly. Not sure. Ooh, that's rough. Yep. So, Greasefang. I don't know. I feel like we're quite well set up for this matchup already. Do we want Test of Talents? Is that any good? Getting rid of all their Grizzly salvages, perhaps? Probably not on the draw. But then is it any worse than Make Disappear on the draw? Probably. Yeah, let's keep it as it is. Direct line into my thought processes there. Horribly traumatizing for all of you. Ha. No. That's better. Mildly. It's basically the same hand, but it's got to make disappear, so let's roll with it. Pretty rude. Pretty rude. Interesting they didn't take Make Disappear there. Yeah, we don't need that in our lives. So I think, given they have no vehicles in the bin, we can safely run out a Tempest Djinn here. They've missed a land drop again. Well, let's run out the other one. Vanishing Verse, interesting. Not something you often see in Greasefang, but let's rewind that away. Untap all of our lands. Start hitting them with a Brazen Borrower. Well, I'll let them play it. They don't have any. They don't have any vehicles to get back. So let's just Fading Hope that away. And keep a divide by 0. Let's go grab Teachings of the Archaics. This is going to be a fairly brutal game for them, I think. Yep. Yeah, I did think that would be a decent matchup for us. Just lots of one-for-one interaction and stopping them just getting their combo off, really. They didn't have great hands, let's be fair, but even then I think they would have struggled. Well, it's a hard pass from me. That is better. Very neat 1-2-3. Mono black from our opponent. Interesting. I'm not really sure what to do with this. In the absence of knowing what else to do, I'll just counter it. Is it a discard deck? Don't normally see these. If it was like Waste Not, maybe. Could be. Could be Waste Not. Where have they gone? Maybe they saw my make disappear and it made them angry. Oh well, we'll carry on playing. Let's play a Tempest Djinn. Can Fading Hope it if we really want to. Okay, so they do have Waste Not. So let's discard Fading Hope here. Double Torrential Gearhulk is not exactly what I'm about here. It'll be good eventually, but now is not then. So let's discard one of these. They can have a 2-2. And let's make disappear the old Skitter King. Just hope our Tempest Djinns can get it done for us here. Rats. Rats everywhere. Okay, well, we are currently on course to win unless they can kill both of our Tempest Djinns. What a card. Oh, I'm so glad we've got to play this again. So, what are we bringing in against Waste Not? I think a couple of Test of Talents is probably good. Don't think we need to change the equation here. I'll probably do. Narset, no. No. Chrome Host, probably not. Although, it's cheaper, isn't it? Maybe we just want as many cheap things as possible. So yeah, let's do that and let's take out Sublime Epiphany. Just don't want expensive cards clogging up our hand. That double Gear Hulk was bordering on tragic in that last game. Okay, they can have our divide by 0. Okay, let's... well, actually no, let's wait for them to cast a spell and then stick it back in their hand. Discard an island. Divide that by 0. Teachings. Are we playing Teachings here? Probably should. Where were you, man? Yeah, let's rewind that. Yeah, this is a super interesting deck that they've built here. Just like very, they're running a lot of commons. I respect it. I don't agree with it, but I respect it. Now I'm going to hit them with a shark. Oh god, they draw a card off that. Ugh, how grim. That's worth remembering. Looks like we'll be taking Shark Typhoon out of our deck. Alright, let's just get as many of these cards out of our hand as possible. Okay. I don't want to give them that back, but I think it's better than letting them have another couple of cards. I'd probably save that for our Tempest Djinn, personally, but because this has got them on a very unpleasant clock. Let's make disappear that just because we can. Not paying the 2 feels like the right move here. Don't know why you... yeah. Otherwise, just a 1-1 that you've paid 4 for. Fair enough. Yep. Okay. Words. Rats. Can't block. Dies. Yep. Ooh, that's pretty cheeky. Let's play Fairy Mastermind. Get that out of our hand. Target player mills 2. Yep. No, not my land. Outrageous. What is it with people and playing this card today? Why is suddenly everyone playing this card? Did a memo go round and I missed it? I'll take a mascot exhibition. Mainly just have something to discard. Let's play Environmental Sciences. Grab an island. Play a Tempest Djinn. Ooh, one more land. I might actually get to cast Sublime Epiphany. It's very exciting. We'll take the 3 here. A pack rat. Oh no, that's a card you don't see. You don't see that card nearly often enough. I'm very pleased to see that here. I want to cast Sublime Epiphany. Give me another land. Oh, I won before I got to cast it. Now I'm sad. No, we're just running this back again. I don't think there's anything we need to change. This deck only really has 10 sideboard cards anyway. Let's ditch one of our divides. Huh. Well, I'm not happy about it. What is this? Everyone plays discard? Ugh. Rats everywhere. This card has angered me and I'm getting rid of it. I don't really care if they go and get more rats. Okay, looks like we're going for maximum tempestness. That being a technical term. So they're not quite dead on board. I need to be careful here because I'm facing down a lot of damage. So I could kill their pack rat. Doesn't seem worth it. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I kind of dig it. I like the cut of their jib. Well, they've got a lot of rats. So I'm going to need to find something to do about them. Okay, that's a pretty decent start. So let's punch them down to 5. Pass the turn. No, ooh, yeah, I think I'm just dead here. Yeah, I am. Who knew? Oh well. Lot of rats. Lot of rats. Fine. Why are you here? Okay, they can take our Shark Typhoon. Okay. Just discard Gear Hulk, because we're nowhere near being able to cast that. Fine. Well, it's not really fine, but we'll say it's fine. Right, let's activate Mastermind. Well, that didn't go according to plan. Right, let's send that back to their hand. Yep. Interesting and grindy matchup, this one. We'll take the 3 here. Let's rewind this pack rat. Untap our 4 lands. Have a shark. Wow. I'm now slightly concerned that we are going to get beaten by a whole load of rats. I'm not happy about it. Not happy about it at all. You know what? I respect the opponent's deck, though I don't know why you wouldn't just attack with the Mutavault, to be honest. I don't like their deck, but I respect it. And I respect it so much I'm going to concede. Beaten by rats. Still not sure why they were playing green. We did, even though we lost. There you are, there's Mono Blue Tempo. Had a couple of good matchups against Abzan and Mono Black Waste Not, but yeah, got beaten by the rats. Interesting, rat tribal. Haven't seen that floating around anywhere before, but probably worth a look at some point. Seemed quite good. This is our Mono Blue Tempo deck one more time. Quite enjoy playing it. Tempest Djinn, still one of my favourite cards to play, just does so much work. The top end was a bit nowhere those whole matchups, but you never know. Might have come in handy against a slightly different variety of decks. We were playing opponents who were all quite quick out the gates. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you next time.